Hey y'all, welcome back to Matt and Gio. Obviously, Gio's not here today, but we have a special guest here. Special guest, how about you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hey y'all, my name is Shy, and I am Matthew's cousin. Yay! I'm 21 now. Today's my birthday, so...
Yeah, I actually posted a picture today of her birthday, and as a gift or something she wanted to do, she wanted to be part of the video, so I'll let you go ahead and talk about that if you want.
Oh yeah, my birthday was pretty sweet. You know, he set up all the decorations, got me a cake with my special horror movie theme, which is Chucky, because I love Chucky. And he basically did everything for me, and I wasn't expecting it, and it was such a great gesture. So
yeah, I love
really
her.
Appreciate it.
No problem. It means a lot to me. One of my favorite cousins. Oh, yeah, but today
I'm your only favorite, you know.
I'm your only favorite. Okay. Anyway. So today's topic, we found something interesting. So believe it or not, we just created her Tinder today, which is a lot of fun. Want to talk about that real quick?
It was awkward, to say
Why?
the least, because you made me pose for the picture because we had to do a full body pic. And, you know, as you know, I am a thickums over here, so yeah. I am a big girl, so I had to pose, and I don't normally pose myself because I am very introverted. And that's why I mostly did the Tinder, app.
So like when we created her Tinder recently, I had told her it's best. I told her for me, because I have a Tinder account, I've been on and off in Tinder, I've had relationships with people I've met off Tinder. I told her for my advice personally, since me being on it, I said there are a couple things you should have on it. I told her you need to first put up what are your intentions, what are you looking for, who you are, share a little bit about who you are, and what are your expectations in a partner. Right. And also sometimes it's good to be a little bit funny, express something a little bit funny or an interest that you have. So I helped her out with that. Hopefully she gets good matches with someone that she vibes with pretty well.
I already got like 42
Yo,
likes.
she's been, every person she swipes right on, she's like, oh my god, look at this person, oh my god, look at that person, oh my god, oh, I think she likes, oh, she's so tall. Like, I'm like, if you don't match with them, don't tell me. It doesn't matter.
No, because I am LGBT, so I am a queer person. So I don't really know who is queer or not unless they say it on their bio. So I'm just guessing, but it's fun. I can see why Tinder was so like hot when it came out. I'm super late though, so.
Yeah, you're late. Yeah. But anyway, today's topic is about dating. So a video that we have found today that we discussed that we thought would be an interesting video to talk about is why dating is so hard for millennials. Well, she's a Gen X, I'm a millennial.
Gen Z.
Or Gen X, I'm sorry, I got it. Gen Z, I'm sorry. No difference. Anyway.
I'm not that old, okay?
Well, you're 21 today, so you're about to be over the hill. They said once you hit 20, remember once you hit 20, I heard that it's 21, 25, and it's every 10 years, which is 30, 40, 50, and 60s.
Okay.
So you got 4 years left.
4 years?
Yeah, once you hit 25, your car insurance, you're paying that shit full price. And you're officially adult. Like, years is different.
Scientifically, when you turn like 25, you stop like puberty.
Yeah. For me,
after that point, you just slowly start dying.
You know, the one thing I find weird about age is that at 18, you could join the military, but you have to be 21 to drink. You could die for your country. Or you have to wait till you're 21.
You have to be 21 to drink, but you're 18 to smoke.
Yeah, there's stuff like that. But it's different in different states. Yeah, I don't know. Real quick, you want to share your information where people can find you on social media?
Oh yeah, my Instagram is demon.bun, 2 N's, please. And it's all lowercase. And yeah, that's it. I only got an Instagram.
Hard to find a group of people more insulated from in-person interactions than millennials today. Seamless delivers dinner, Tinder makes matches, headphones discourage chatting.
We also grew up with things like caller ID and automated customer service that took the stranger interacting out of a lot of everyday errands.
Less interacting with strangers in public means less flirting with strangers in public. How did young people become so stranger averse? And what does that mean for dating?
Question. Do you think because you did admit you were an introvert, not me, you said that, do you think that does affect your dating life?
Oh yeah, it definitely does because I'm introverted. I don't really like to go out a lot, and my social battery is very low most of the time. So if I'm around people a lot of times, I get very aggravated, like I get really depressed. So it's just like dating is such a big stepping stone because you have to venture out. It's not like some stranger's gonna come to your house and be like, hey, like, do you want to date? Like, you have to go out there. And for introverted people who have low social batteries, it's just like, do we have enough energy to find someone to be in a relationship with? And even then, can we find someone that matches our same lifestyle?
I mean, I think if you're an introvert, should an introvert even date another introvert? I think that you have to date someone that's not an introvert for you to be able to go out and do stuff. Because the two introverts together, it's like, what are you doing?
Well, for example, because I've been in relationships before, it's just like my first time making a Tinder for online dating. But dating before, all of my boyfriends were introverted.
So what was that? What did y'all talk about?
Well, the thing is, we would like talk about stuff that we were interested in, and
like sleeping. Oh, what did you do today? Oh, I just went to the bathroom, to my kitchen, did laundry, came back.
No. It's not even like that. I don't know how to describe it. It's just like, when your vibes are aligned, you don't have to talk.
That's true. I found it in previous relationships, like I find it that you really love someone where you just want to do nothing with them. You understand? Like their presence is enough. Like
right.
I've had feelings like that for a person in my past.
Right.
So I mean, I used to think I'm an introvert, but learning me now as I've gotten older, like especially with my health these past couple of years, like it's made me want to do more for myself and want to do stuff with other people. Like for example, I think like a couple of days ago, I went to go see Eternals by myself. It was nice. I wasn't bothered. I sat there by myself. The movie was alright. But it was good. It's not the first time. Like I'm learning to like love me more, and so eventually when that right person comes to me, like I'll be happy. But I do believe that it's a little bit different for millennials and Gen X, because I do believe back in the 80s and like 60s and 50s, like at this point at my age now, I probably would have been married with 3 kids if I was born back in the 1940s or 60s, because everything was so concentrated on the family dynamic, in my opinion. And now that you have technology, as this video did say, and that people more into themselves, is like you're not relying on a partner to be happy. You're not relying on someone to like take care of yourself. So everything's more for yourself. But anyway, let's get back to the video and we'll discuss a little more.
This is Ashley. She reports on trends in relationships and families, so she's interviewed a lot of people about their experiences dating.
People who are pretty young, in their 30s, in their 20s, some of whom are in college.
Technology has made the act of meeting people offline almost obsolete. With Tinder's estimated global user base at nearly 50 million, many people rely on apps as the primary way to date.
Today's dating pool, I think, has a different skill set, being good at flirting in a way that translates to a text message.
We can manage a lot through asynchronous communication. I can look at a text from you and I can really think about how I want to respond. I might pass my phone around to my friend group and have them weigh in on how they think I should respond.
And there's a reason you never want to put your phone down. The apps are designed to be addictive.
Deadass B, I'd be doing that with the continuous swiping. If I find you attractive, just keep going until I match, and then I will read your profile to see like what you're on. Because I get very sus if I match with someone and they have nothing on their profile. It makes me feel like you're probably insecure about yourself, or that means you're just probably relying purely on your looks to get matches. There are people that can get away with just their looks, and people will not judge you anything. That means you have no personality, to me. Well, you just joined today, so like, what have you seen so far?
Well,
the last 2 or 3 hours you've been on.
I have seen a lot of profiles with no bio, and it just, I feel like to really reel me in, I would have to see a little, like a synopsis of who you are, because I don't want to guess. I don't want to just see from your face, like, oh, this person might be this and that, because, judging is not really nice.
I could sound a bit hypocritical. Now I think about it, my ex, my last official relationship, we met on Tinder. She had nothing on her profile. I was just going to see her pictures. And then like we vibed well, and then we went on a date a couple of days later. I don't know. I could be like.
There are special cases like that where it's just like, you know, they reel you in just by their face.
You know, but my thing about that is that why not share anything about you, or you just say, hey, just follow me here or some shit like that. Like, why can't you just put something up about yourself?
It's like bait, you know?
Clickbait?
No. It's like, you know, you see a cute face and you're just like, oh. And you see there's no bio, but you're just like, well I don't want to just swipe left and be like.
For me, unfortunately, I wasn't blessed enough to just rely on my looks. Unfortunately, I don't know. Sad puppy. It's a sad puppy. But let's get back to the video. Let's see what's more to say.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes it even harder to stop swiping once you're hooked.
One thing that the founders of Tinder said about founding it was that they wanted it to feel like a game. They designed the app itself to feel like a deck of cards where you were flipping over one, then you kind of weigh in on it, approve of it, or discard it, then you could move on to the next one. And they wanted it to feel like something you could just do forever, kind of for fun to entertain yourself.
When more and more people are finding dates from the comfort of their couch, the experience of dating becomes siloed from the rest of social life.
I've heard people say sometimes they will have a good interaction or like kind of catch the eye of someone who's cute and then not say anything, just hope that they find them on the app.
You know what, something I think about too? Imagine Tinder doing that to someone's face. Just like, no, hell no.
Like being like,
yeah, right, like you right there with someone right there, like, no, you're too short. No.
That's the future. I saw like
Was it on Jubilee?
No.
It's like a famous YouTube.
No, there was like you know, it was like one of those like fake like videos like what if the world, like you go in front of somebody and you swipe in front of them like futuristically.
I ain't ready for that. My insecurity's already high.
And futuristically, like they swipe in front of you and
you
then
swipe
they
right
see,
on
like,
me, I'm cursing you out. You ugly anyway. That's what I'm saying that to you.
Jeez. Like, like you swipe in front of them. Like it was a video like that. You swipe in front of them and you're just like, oh, 6'4", Capricorn, yada yada yada.
You know what's crazy about girls who go for height? Like they be the shortest girls in the world. They want a guy that's almost 6'5". I'm like, what you gonna do? Hug his knees when you with him? Like, yo, like there's been girls like I'll be honest, I'm not the tallest guy in the world, but there's been girls that's either been my height or a little bit shorter, and they come to me saying, Matt, you're this and that, you're great. I can see a great potential in us, but it's just like physically it's not really there because you don't meet the height requirement. So I'm just like, oh, you're gonna dub me for a boy that's 6'4"? Like we gonna do? I don't know, man. It's just like it's been weird dating for me recently.
I guess it's the power. You know?
Power look, because it has the power look.
Yeah, you know, like they're towering over you, you know, so you're just like. Oh.
You could be 6'4", I will body slam you. Like I've had guys try to sun me. No,
domestic violence?
No, I'm talking about a guy. Going off the page,
okay.
Anyway, I'm talking about like there's been men that try to use that brolic or like that manly man mentality because I'm not the biggest guy overall. But like, I'll be looking at them like, listen, you might be physically more imposing, but personality wise, I will you up. Like I will body, like I will choke slam you, I will pull you by your soul and stomping you like you a cockroach. But like I'm a really nice person. I don't really do that. Honestly. Yeah, but like it's annoying. Like, but I get the appeal. It's a dominant look. So like there's also been times I'll share a quick Tinder story. This was like a year or two ago. I matched with this girl. She was very pretty, very nice. And I have a personal rule for me. It's not discouraging, but it's a personal preference for me. I would choose not to date anyone with kids because I already know what it's like to be a parent. Not that I'm a parent myself, but my roommate is a parent. And he has 2 kids, so I know what it's like and that type of responsibility. And for me, I would like to start off fresh with someone who doesn't have that type of responsibility. So me and this girl, we were talking, and we were talking, getting to know each other. We were making plans to meet with each other, and she came and said, "Hey, I forgot to ask, how tall are you?" I said, my height, blah blah blah. And she's like, "Oh, you're a shorty." I'm like, "What do you mean I'm a shorty? You're 2 inches taller than me." And she was like, "Oh, to be honest with you, I don't date short guys. You know, it's just not my thing. We could be friends." I was like, "But then, you know, we're just gonna be friends. Nothing's gonna happen." She said that straight in the messaging after I got her number. Everything else about me she liked, but because I was 2 inches shorter than her, I wasn't appealing to her.
That's sad.
So, but when she said that, but before she told me that, she did disclose to me that she had a son. Oh. I didn't know that she had a son until after I got her numbers. That's what, and her profile didn't say that. Me personally, I don't know. It's a topic. You could put that in the comments if you think it should be talked about. But I personally, if you have kids, you should disclose that on any dating apps just so that people know what they're getting into. I just feel like that's something you should put out there.
Yeah, honestly. I understand why women don't do that though, because they don't want to scare away somebody.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do when you're with someone and then like they feel, oh shit, you had kids? Like, now this is a whole other thing I have to accept about you. Like, you should have let me just know that to let me, accept that and see if I'm prepared for that.
Yeah.
But that's personally me. So back to the story real quick. Is when she said the whole height situation with me, I told her, to be honest with you, I already asked you out in my head when she told me you had kids. Tell me why this girl cursed me out. Oh, you, because you don't want to be because I kid. You don't want to be with me because I'm shorter than you. Like, with me, I don't have a choice, but you chose to have your child. Like, regardless of the situation, I respect that. I know any situation can happen. She had her child, but I'm just like, you're getting mad at me because of something God gave me, but you're not. I can't judge you for a decision you made for yourself, whatever the situation was. She didn't disclose that with me. I thought it was very hypocritical. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that was one thing. But I want to get back to the video real quick and see what more they have to say.
Apps later when they're swiping. Whereas, like, I think in prior generations, people had much more of half an eye turned out toward finding potential mates, potential partners, potential dates, just kind of during everyday life.
It's hard to make a date offline when no one wants to talk to strangers. An entire generation of kids was once taught to fear them.
Starting when we were little, we had the stranger danger philosophy among parents that really kept us away from people we didn't know because they might be out to harm us. Things that are very valid when you're a small child, but when you're an adult, maybe those aren't as appropriate.
You've taught your children to be polite and friendly, but have you taught them when not to be?
Hi there! Do you live around here?
Stranger danger PSAs were popular in the 80s and 90s when millennials were growing up. The campaigns were developed in response to infamous child abductions at the time. Even today, their impact lingers.
When I've talked to young people about what happens when they get approached by people who want to flirt with them in a public space, is that they just sort of don't know what to do with that interaction.
Okay, real quick.
Oh my God, that happened to me before.
So tell them your experience with guys trying to approach you in public. How is that for you?
It is so awkward. It's so, I don't know. I guess because I'm really socially awkward a bit.
So the guys be like, yo, thickums!
No! Like, there was like an example. I think one time I was leaving the train station, not giving a basically. I was just listening to my music, going home from college. And I saw a guy walk past me, and I'm just like, okay, stranger. I go to the bus stop. I turn around and he's right there. So he turned around, did a whole U-turn, followed me out of the train station to the bus stop, and was just...
You know what it was? If you could see it front of that?
If you could see it from the till you see it from the
No, but like, it was winter, so I was wearing a coat, so...
Oh, you probably had X-ray. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But he kept haggling me. He was like, let me have your number. Let me have your number.
So that's what he's first thing he see. He didn't try to talk. Well, for me, before you go back to your story, for me, I like to build a rapport real quick. I don't be approaching girls off the street. Like, I've stopped. It's worked a couple times for me, but it's a huge risk. Even today's time, you don't know who's had a bad day, who's had a good day. Girls ready to curse you out. Especially, I'm sure I'm vulnerable. Like, I like to approach Amazons. I ain't gonna hold you. I like Amazon. So like, I'll be looking at you. What's up? You wanna pick me up?
Not picking you up.
That's me. I like tall girls. Unfortunately,
But
not all tall girls like me.
Like, he mostly like just said like, yo, hey, I just saw you, and I was just like wondering like, what's up? Like,
So what you do?
I was so scared. I was just like, I was just like, no.
Well, what's wrong with him?
No, it was nothing wrong with him. He was actually like a really attractive guy. It was just like,
He looked old.
no, he was like my age. Like,
So
I was like,
you just scared?
yes, because he approached me and he was like,
You didn't know how to handle it.
no, because I not only have I not ever done that before, because every time I've been asked out by somebody, it's just like they don't go like, it's not like a stranger. It's always been someone I've known before, and then they
You had a
ask me
rapport
out.
with them, like you knew them for a while
Right.
before you built that friendship.
And then it's like a stranger. I'm just like, whoa.
Honestly,
Whoa.
like I've also learned usually the best relationships come out of being friends first. Like I've had when I was in college, my very first girlfriend, like our first official relationship, we lasted about 2.5 years. Me and her were friends first for a couple months when we first went to college, and then we got into a relationship like 2 semesters later. So me and her had that rapport, like we knew each other for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go in fresh with that intentions to date, that intention for intimacy, it's different. Not everyone's ready for that off the bat, especially with a stranger in today's time.
Right, and especially since in the video is talking about like how we have been, especially my generation, we have been built on a generation of don't speak to strangers. And then now, as an adult, you have to find a stranger to have a relationship with. And it's just like, we're all like distant socially, even more now due to the pandemic. And when someone approaches you, you're kind of like, oh, whoa, freaked out, especially as a woman.
Yeah, I also learned, for me, dating in today's time, now that I've been single for a while, I've learned that if someone doesn't want to be with you, just let them go. Because for me, I feel like it's not fair for me to hold on to you or have you be with me if you're not happy, if I'm the one that's happy in a relationship. Especially if you just meet someone, if they're like acting funny and they're not really, not that they need to show you attention, but they're not showing you that respect and like talking to you. Honestly, for me, it's just like, if you're not trying to be, not trying to be with me, if you're not really trying to like fuck with me and really trying to like get to know me, like I ain't looking for friends. I have enough female friends. Like you can just let me go. Because that means we're not on the same frequency, not on the same vibe. You move different that I can't really accept. And even if we get to a relationship and if you're still doing the same stuff I was very uncomfortable with, then we're not meant to be. I found out for me that I'm a full-all finder. Defining that means basically I'm someone that if I find something about you that I really don't like, I'm going to concentrate on that and I'm going to ignore all other positive things about you until I fix that one part about you that I don't like. And unfortunately for me, dating has been a little bit difficult because there's been plenty of women I've been going out on dates with because I've seen that one or two flaws I don't like, and I have addressed that with most of the women I've dated, and I didn't see a change in or any positive development in it. I had let them go. It's the truth. I did that a couple times, like a week or two ago. Unfortunate, which has made it hard for me to date now because of my past relationships, I learned to like put my foot down in certain things I don't like. So there's nothing wrong with having standards. You know, but I try to be more open-minded. It's like a give and take.
Yeah. I feel like I'm much more of a slacker.
What do you mean?
Like, I'm too lax with my preferences.
So you're open for anything?
Yeah, but then it's just like that comes with the price because, you know, when I'm just like, oh, I'm very open-minded. I don't really care how you look or how you dress or whatever like that.
But isn't that the definition of being pansexual? You don't care about the physical?
No, pansexual means that, like, I don't care about your gender.
Oh, sorry.
But like,
just
like in dating wise, like personality wise, because you know how like you said like if you find something you don't like, you hold on to that. Me, I try not to because I don't want to be as judgmental as possible because I've always been judged, you know, by my appearance before talking to me. But because of how lax I am, people get very comfortable very quick, and then it's just like ugh.
You know, another thing that you said that with attraction. I've always said this, I learned this too. Attraction is what gets me, but personality is what keeps me, to be honest with you. That's how I am. So with that, I advise anyone, like if you're just going for attraction, make sure it's just known that you're just there for the physical part. They're not there for the relationship parts, because then that point, if you start to have, I feel like if you start having sex with someone, and if you're not upfront with them with your intentions, if you're going in with their intentions of them thinking that you're trying to be in a relationship with them, knowing that it's just physical sex for you, then you're considered, which is something I try not to be. Well, for me at least. I don't know. I'm pretty sure girls have called me one or twice, but it's a give or take. But anyway, let's get back to the video, see what much more they have to say.
Action.
Ultimately, perhaps it's our priorities that have shifted, making the search for a mate less important. More people are delaying marriage. Meeting someone in any capacity is not necessarily the goal.
There's a fear of falling in love that young people come by honestly because they often have been given a message from the time they were this big. It's education first, it's performance first, it's achievement first, it's ambition first. I have to have all these sorts of boxes checked off before I can even imagine bringing another person into my life.
So, what has all this meant for love and partnership? For one, traditional social networks are broadening.
We are much more likely to date across a significant cultural difference than we were in years past. And so 1 in 6 new marriages bridges a significant socio-demographic difference, like race, like ethnicity, like faith.
But while some things have changed, others remain the same.
People forget it was always hard to meet someone. Now there's just different problems. People are still looking for the same things, and the milestones are the same, the big questions are the same. How people find each other is the thing that has changed. Thanks for...
Yeah, I think that's absolutely true. I feel like for me, like even though my mom, before she had passed, she did always tell me that graduate from high school. Just don't bring no babies before high school. That was her. Hold on, do it. Keep going, keep going. I'm gonna edit it out.
She was like,
I'm gonna edit it out.
you should add like a little bit like, oh, she's here. She's like, oh, you talking shit?
So my mom, she always told me, make sure you graduate from high school. Bring me no babies before high school. I mean, gratefully, I've had kids. But, you know, I would like kids eventually for me. I'll be very honest speaking. But I feel like for me, emotionally for me, I could feel like I'm ready. But, like, financially and stuff going on in my life currently right now, I could see where they're talking about education, money, make sure you have that set. But who's ever ready to have a child, to be honest with you? Unfortunately, when relationships end, I've learned now not to look at them as failures, but as learning points in your life to learn more about yourself, what you can accept, and who you are. But it's shown that in recent studies that arranged marriages last longer than regular American marriages.
I've heard of that.
You've heard of that? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to say about that?
I just feel like it's kind of scary because you don't really know the person.
Yeah, but it's arranged. It's like it's beyond your decision. It's the entire family getting involved in your business. Think about that. Imagine having your mom and grandma getting involved, picking a man or woman of your dreams, or whatever.
It just feels really uncomfortable. But like for the people who've done it, and they're fine with it, and they've had like a loving relationship for like, I don't know, over 10 years. Like, it's just like, how does that feel? I need to know. Cause like, it just sounds from an outside perspective of someone who isn't in arranged marriages or isn't in a culture where arranged marriages happen a lot. It's just like, how does it feel before and how does it happen after? Like
for me personally, if there is no intimacy in my relationship, I feel like you must not really like me or not find me attractive enough. In a sense, because I feel like, and I don't mean to sound like a man when I say this, but I do feel like sex does change the dynamic of any relationship you're in with someone. No matter how you think about it, you could say, "Oh, we're just friends walking around." No, once you have sex with someone, no matter how you look at it, your dynamic with that person automatically changes.
Yeah, I mean, like, as a person who doesn't really, you know, like, depend on sex a lot, because
it's all mental and, like, emotional for you.
Yeah, like, I don't really, because I, like, example, like, I was with my ex for, like, 4 years, and throughout the 4 years, we never had sex. Ever.
We had no tickling each other the whole time?
No, but like, yeah. We never really had sex with like each other, but like, I still loved and cared about him.
Can't say it with a straight face.
And it's just like, for me, or for most women, I guess, it's like easy to, you know, like get more emotional than physical. Every person is different, but for me in particular, I don't really have the drive for that, and it's really hard to find people like that. Sure.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you think, I think we talked about this before, do you think you could date someone that has different beliefs in governments? Like if you're a Democrat and they believe in Republic, do you think that can work? Like, could you date someone that voted for Trump?
No, because Trump goes against who I am as a person.
I agree.
I'm not democratic, but I'm just like, I'm for human rights. So, and he has done some things that go against it, and he has followers who go against it. And it's just like, I don't know how you can see that and hear that and you'd be like, oh, but I'm in a relationship with this Black queer woman who's mentally ill. Like, I'm in all like the minority checklist, I check off in almost everything. So why would you vote for somebody who hates that?
You know, there is a thing like that. People, they date you for what you are, but not who you are. So there can be like, I feel like I've discussed in a previous video that I feel like you look as more as an object. Because there was a time, I'll be very honest with you, I was talking to this woman off Tinder. It was a white woman. We were talking for about 3 or 4 months. We never met, unfortunately. Whatever. But she was, that Russian chick. Yeah. She had disclosed to me that I like Black men. That's how she said, I like my men black and dark.
Oh my.
So like, you know, like.
Wait, how'd she know that she liked that?
She told me.
But like, there's not a lot of black people in Russia.
Yeah, no, but she told me she said she dated an American black guy that was in the army, so like she likes black guys, so that's one of the reasons that she drew it to me. But as I was talking to her, I thought this was a very lonely part of my life, so she was the only consistent. I don't know why it lasted so long it did, but we were talking, and like I realized, like we had nothing in common, like nothing, but like besides me being black and me being attracted to her, she had big titties. And she was really pretty, like honestly, like she was a fresh white one. She was very tall. She was like 6'4", and I told her like, listen, I'm short, and she was like, yeah, I don't care, Like that's how she used to say, I don't care, you're gorgeous, baby, you're gorgeous. She used to say, and she used to say like, I love you. I was like, okay.
That's really weird. That's a red flag.
Yeah, and then like I realized like this isn't going anywhere because like we have nothing in common. And like you're cool, but I just feel like I'm just honestly attracted to you. Like I feel like if I was to meet up with you, it would just be sex for me. And then like, yeah, like I said, I like Amazons. I don't mind you being tall. Like pick me up. That's me. Like Kevin Hart. Yeah, I don't know. But like I just realized for me like you have to set standards for yourself. For example, there was this one girl I was talking to for like 2 weeks or so off Facebook dating app. Yes, Facebook has a dating portion now. And she lived upstate, which was like I'm not trying to do long distance, whatever. But when we matched, there was pictures of her when she wasn't from like a while ago. I didn't realize that until we FaceTime each other. She was much heavier than I expected. So I asked her, hey, what's up with these pictures? Like, I wasn't mean about it. I wasn't trying to be obvious, but like, hey, like I'm feeling like I'm getting catfished right now. Because she looked much bigger from what she said. Oh, those pictures from like 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, I gained a little weight. You gained a little weight? Okay, sure. Okay, sure.
Oh my God.
But like, I liked her. Her personality was cool. But then I started to realize, talking to her, that, she had nothing going for herself. Like, I need to be with someone who has goals. Like, and I was just like, well, it's not going anywhere. And like, she started saying that, oh, that she really likes me. You're like, she sees something's going on. I'm just like, we barely know each other. We were talking for 2 weeks. So then eventually I had to let her go. So that's what I mean by having standards. There's nothing wrong with being picky, but there's nothing wrong with being open-minded too. I know it's contradicting itself, but you have to level it out on what you're looking for. Mm-hmm. But for the ending of this video, is there anything else you'd like to share about your thoughts on this?
It's just that, yes, preferences are ideal. And being open-minded is also ideal, even though it's like an oxymoron, I guess. Mm. But it's just that it's okay to not like somebody, and it's okay to not, it's okay to not continue on.
If you see it's going nowhere, it's to be genuine.
Right.
I don't like ghosting people. I like to be upfront with them. Not upfront just so they feel like they have closure, but like...
It's easy.
I know it's easier. I've been ghosted, but I've been, what's that word when people don't show up to the date? What's that? Left, like when you're going to...
Stood up.
Stood up. I've been stood up a couple times. All you can do is just hold your head up and keep it pushing. Because that means that person doesn't value you. Not only they don't value you, they don't value your time. Do you really want to be with someone else like that that's going to do that to you? No.
Yeah, you got to find
You need to value yourself.
Your time.
You have to learn to love yourself before you can love someone else. That's what I have to learn. But for the end of this video, I want to say thank you guys. I want to say thank you for being here. Handshake, that was awkward. Anyway, but I'll see you guys next time on Matt and Gio. Take care.